Gideon Moi is one of the shrewd politicians we have in this country, politically speaking. And Gideon Moi doesn't need any introduction. Gideon Moi is the son to the former president, the second president of the Republic of Kenya, Mzee Daniel Moi. And we all remember that when Moi passed on, the family handed over ile rungu ya Nyayo to Gideon Moi. Why Gideon Moi? It's because Gideon Moi is a shrewd political operative. And I want to take you back to 2017. In 2017, all political parties which were supporting President Uhuru Kenyatta for his re-election decided to merge to form one big political party called Jubilee Alliance. KANU, which was then headed by Gideon Moi, refused to fold. But instead, KANU supported President Uhuru Kenyatta from outside. Today in this country, William Samoei Ruto is regretting folding his own political party to form Jubilee Party. Today, Eugene Wamalwa, who folded New Ford Kenya, is regretting that move. But Gideon Moi, today in this country, is actively revamping his KANU, his party called KANU. That was the moment I realized that Gideon Moi is a shrewd political operative. I want to take you again just last year. Last year, Gideon Moi made some moves to be installed as a Kalenjin elder. That move was thwarted by the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto severally. But ultimately, one day, one morning, Kenyans woke up to a Gideon Moi being installed as a Talai elder. So Gideon Moi is a smooth political operator. And again, of late in this country, we have what we call the One Kenya Alliance. In One Kenya Alliance, Gideon Moi is also emerging as their leader, effortlessly. As a matter of fact, someone like Musalia Mudavadi has been doing everything possible to appear as the leader of One Kenya movement, including calling for press conferences here and there almost every day. But Gideon Moi not doing much, but automatically appearing or emerging as the leader of the group. So in this video today, I want us to look at Project Gideon Moi, because the Daily Nation today carried a headline of Project Gideon Moi. It's not easy to appear on the front page of the Daily Nation as the main subject. I know the tag project might not be good for Gideon Moi, but the mere fact that the Daily Nation decided to make Gideon Moi the headline today is something which personally I think we need to look into. So I want us to look at the odds against Gideon Moi. But before we do that, if you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click subscribe button. I'm waiting for you to do that. And to the subscribers, please, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. Now let us get back to serious businesses. I've always opined on this channel that if President Uhuru Kenyatta were to given a choice to choose the next president of the Republic of Kenya, then President Uhuru Kenyatta will easily choose Gideon Moi as his preferred successor. This is partly because the former President Daniel Moi played a huge role in making President Uhuru Kenyatta the President of the Republic of Kenya. And personally, I always believe that probably there was a covenant between Moi or the Moi family and the Kenyatta family about the presidency. But the odds are against Gideon Moi. But before we look into all the odds against him, can Gideon Moi become the president of the Republic of Kenya? If you ask me that question, I'm sure Gideon Moi will one day become the president of the Republic of Kenya. But personally, I strongly believe Gideon Moi cannot become the president in 2022. The odds are just against him. But Gideon Moi enjoys certain advantages. Number one, Gideon Moi is not controversial. So it means most politicians can easily support him because it's not controversial. Number two, Gideon Moi is not corrupt. The only time you can read the name Gideon Moi in corruption is when you go through the Golden Bag scandal report. In that report, he was mentioned. But being a son to a former president who was very powerful and appearing only on one scandal is something which sometimes I have to give it to the Moi family. So it's not that corrupt. Number three, the system can easily support Gideon Moi because Gideon Moi is part of the system. But why do I believe that the odds are against Gideon Moi, Project Gideon Moi? And if Uhuru Kenyatta were to pursue Project Gideon Moi as his first choice for the presidency, then it's going to be like the former president. That project is not going to succeed in this country. Number one is the KANU past. I want to ask you a simple question. Do you think the country is ready for another KANU to rule it again? Of course, Moi stated clearly that KANU was going to rule this country for 100 years. Kibaki ruled. Kibaki alikuwa mtu wa KANU 10 years. Uhuru is finishing his 10 years, so that's 20. So we'll have some 80 more. But is Kenya ready for KANU as KANU? Because Gideon Moi has his political party. And that political party is called KANU. KANU Fresh. He has done so much to revamp the party called KANU. In fact, today in this country, you can only talk of two political parties, ODM party and KANU. Those are the only parties which are existing and with the structures. Gideon Moi has tried so much to revamp KANU after he was handed over that rungu ya Nyayo. But KANU passed. I don't think Kenyans can go to the ballot to vote for KANU again. There is no compelling reason. I'm not saying they can't vote for KANU, but there's no compelling reason. You know, sometimes people make mistakes and then they realize that KANU Tulitoa, we ought not to have done so. I don't think there's that compelling reason for Kenyans to go back and vote KANU again. Number two, the second order, is the project tag. You see, the Daily Nation is giving Gideon Moi a space, which I don't think Gideon Moi needed because Gideon Moi has his own newspaper, The Standard. But they are calling him Project. Project Uhuru Kenyatta failed in this country because Kenyans viewed Uhuru as a project. Gideon Moi is currently being viewed as a project. But he's not also working hard to shed that project tag. Kenyans will always reject anything which is being projected as a project. So Gideon Moi and his team must work so hard to shed that project tag. I don't know how they're going to do away with it, because the fact of the matter is that if you look at One Kenya movement, Gideon Moi is playing a key role there. You can't say Gideon Moi is a project there. But the moment deep state appears, like when Gideon Moi started embarking on touring, traversing the country, and you'd see him being received by county commissioners. You'd see him being received by leaders from the northeastern province. You'd see Gideon Moi logistics flowing easily. Kenyans started reading projects and tagged him a project. I don't know how Gideon Moi is going to deal with that. The third odd, which is the major, is the William Ruto factor. Gideon Moi comes from Rift Valley. William Ruto comes from Rift Valley. The two sons of Rift Valley. Gideon Moi has the support of the system. So basically, he can easily be made the president. William Ruto is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, which means the only thing standing between William Ruto and the presidency is the remainder of President Uhuru Kenyatta's term. So in the eyes of the people of Rift Valley, where these guys come from, William Ruto is closer to the presidency than Gideon Moi. So when it comes to taking risk, the people of the larger Rift Valley can easily choose William Samoei Ruto because they believe he's closer to the presidency than Gideon Moi. So William Ruto factor is a huge blow to Gideon Moi's presidential ambitions. Let's face it. If you were to go to Rift Valley today and you conduct a poll there and you may ask them to make a choice, who do you think they will easily choose as their presidential candidate? William Ruto. Because William Ruto has contested on a ticket with President Uhuru Kenyatta. That's number one. Number two, William Ruto embarked on his journey immediately after the last election. And number three, President Uhuru Kenyatta himself, who is nowadays being seen as projecting Gideon Moi, promised the people of Rift Valley that he was going to support their son, William Ruto. So it's a complex scenario for the president, but the fact of the matter is that as we speak today, William Ruto is carrying the day in the larger Rift Valley. And that's why William Ruto had to make sure that during the BBI bill debate in Baringo, he had to make sure that Gideon Moi was defeated. As a matter of fact, even in the last election, William Ruto did everything possible to lock out Gideon Moi because he knew so well that leaving Gideon Moi to come back as a senator was going to be a problem to him. So he did everything, including convincing one of the serious gubernatorial candidates, Chelugoi, to forfeit its bid and instead contest against Gideon at the Senate. But Gideon Moi still prevailed. Again, proved that Gideon Moi is not a pushover. I don't know what you think. But personally, I strongly believe that Gideon Moi is facing a bigger problem in Rift Valley in the name of William Ruto. And lastly, is the dynasty tag. Let's face it. How many presidents have you had in this country? We've had Mzee Kenyatta, Mzee Moi, Mzee Kibaki, and now President Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru is a son of a former president, so Gideon Moi coming would be also a son of a president, of a former president. So Gideon Moi is facing that tag. For Raila Odinga is also being considered a dynasty, but for him, he can say that the country has been ruled by only 2 tribes for 60 years. So the rest of the country he can use that to sneak. But Gideon Moi cannot use such to sneak because number one is a Kalenjin. So he can't claim that only 2 tribes have ruled this country. Number two, his father has been a president. And not a president for 24 good years. So the dynasty tag is also on the head of Gideon Moi. So Gideon Moi is facing a lot of odds moving forward to 2022. So I don't think Project Gideon Moi is going to succeed in 2022. I'm not ruling it out, just get me correctly. Gideon Moi can become the president of the Republic of Kenya. And I believe he will one day be. But I doubt if that can materialize in 2022. And probably, that's why sometimes I still maintain that 2022 is going to be a Mandela's moment. Raila Odinga is going to be projected to serve for one term. Just like Kibaki. You know, Kibaki was brought just to camouflage something there, to serve a purpose. Raila Odinga is also going to be brought on board to break the chain of the Kikuyu Kalenjin rule in this country. Then after that, someone can bring in Gideon Moi. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good time. Bye-bye.